Hey, Retro Crew. Solo had the potential to be a great movie, so what went wrong with it? We're going to discuss that today.
I'm Matt.
I'm Brian, and we're the Retro Sons. In my opinion, there's some good parts of this movie, but there's so much legends and things they could have drawn from, and they just threw that all out the window and pretty much, like we said before, make it fan service.
Yeah, this movie is 100% fan service.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
It's too much.
And I know there weren't a lot of people clamoring for a Han Solo movie, but they're pretty much giving every character their own movie or TV show or anything like that now. So, like I said, Han Solo had so much potential. He's one of my favorite, or he is my favorite Star Wars character.
Well, he's the best.
And I've read the Young Han Solo books by A.C. Crispin like 3 or 4 times. And I wish they'd taken a little bit from that.
Yeah, that would have been nice. I wanted to like this movie so much before I saw it, and
I really wanted to.
I can't even watch it anymore at this point. You watched it the other night, and I couldn't even bring myself to watch it for this review.
Yeah, one of the things that I was thinking about earlier that's weird in it, like, he tells the Imperial recruiting agent that he doesn't have a tribe or anything. So that makes it sound like he doesn't have his family, doesn't know his family. Then later on the Millennium Falcon, he's like, my dad built these and I was on one once or something like that.
Yeah, his dad used to build them.
Yeah, so it sounded like he had a really good relationship with his dad.
Yeah.
And like maybe his dad was still around, so I don't know why he just...
Maybe he just didn't want to divulge too much info to him, because wasn't he trying to hide
Yeah.
from someone?
Yeah, I guess that could be, but...
That's what I always figured. He just didn't want to give too much actual information about himself.
On the low down.
Down low.
No doubt.
But I don't know. Hard to say.
Right.
Maybe it was just a continuity error in the movie.
Always spotting continuity errors.
In the books, what I liked was like he grew up wanting to join the Imperial Navy and learn how to fly that way, and he like really worked towards it. In this one, he's just like, it was like a spur of the moment just to get off the planet to come back and save his girlfriend, and then he joined the Navy, and they didn't even like show him do that part of it. I know there's deleted scenes where it shows it, but we'll have you flying in no time. Then it cuts and he's a ground trooper flying through the air, like his body's flying through the air, not in a ship or something.
Yeah.
Flying.
Yeah, so they changed a lot from the books to this.
Yeah.
And are those books even canon anymore? Probably not
No.
at this point.
No, they're legends, which is sad because they're really good. And like I said, they could have taken some things from it, like worked over time to show how he got his things, not just like throw it at him one after another.
Yeah, it was non-stop. Like, he got his DL-44 blaster, he got the Millennium Falcon.
And the Millennium Falcon.
I think he had his dice in the beginning.
Yeah, and they made a huge deal of that. It's like just a paradise dangling in the cockpit in the first Star Wars movie, and then they had to like give him a backstory and make him like very important.
Plus he found Chewie.
Yeah.
There's so much other, like...
Which was another thing, like, they threw him in the hole, and they were starving Chewie down there, and he was going to kill Han and eat him or whatever.
Yeah.
Then they're just like, no, I have a plan to get out, and this is what we'll do. And my friends, even though they are the ones they're the reason he was in the hole.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'll say it after you.
Okay. And then they, like, did their plan, and then they went and got on the ship, and then they're like this. They just, like, all of a sudden they're best friends showering together and all that.
BFFs.
I thought he saved Chewie's life somehow, and then he had a life debt to him, and that's why they were together.
Yeah.
And they bonded over time.
Yeah.
Not like they just became friends.
Yeah, that was the old story back when the legend books were more canon.
Yeah.
Like, he was a slave and someone wanted Han to whip him or something like that, or someone was whipping him, and Han stunned the guy who was doing it and saved him that way. And in the book, I like it because he just kind of mentions Chewie and he wants him to go away.
Go away.
And then it seems like he finally convinced him to. Then Han gets into trouble and Chewie comes back and saves him. So he starts to warm up to him.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like this. And sticking with Chewbacca, another thing, he's like, what's your name? Chewbacca, you need a nickname because I'm not saying that every time.
Yeah.
Like, it's a real mouthful. I know it's probably would get, but you don't have to be like, we need to give you a nickname because your name's so long. Just come up with a nickname.
Yeah, just say, I'm going to call you Chewie or something.
Yeah.
Or just start calling him and don't even say you're going to give him a nickname.
Exactly.
Usually people don't say, hey, I'm going to give you a nickname.
Right. You
And
need
then
a
they
nickname.
start, like, my name's Matthew. Nobody says, I'm going to call you Matt because Matthew is so long.
Yeah, I'm not saying that every time.
Yeah. It just naturally happens.
Exactly. They just need to like explain everything.
They're treating us like idiots.
And I know they're like younger and they aren't who they were when we first saw them in the original Star Wars movies, but Lando was kind of weird too. He's like really flirty and like he was like attracted to robots and all this kind of stuff, or they at least hinted at it in the movie there.
Unneeded, unnecessary.
He was just weird, and like he had that room in the Millennium Falcon with like all lavish suits and everything.
Yeah, in a wet bar, and
Yeah.
he like was like doing some recording himself, telling stories of his adventures.
Yeah, they made him really weird in this movie.
Yeah, they did. And that's nothing against Donald Glover. He's a good actor, and he did
what?
pretty much what they told him to.
Yeah.
So it's not something against the actors. Even Alden Ehrenreich or whatever who plays Han Solo, he did an okay job. I know he's not like Harrison Ford, and he didn't like try to do an impression of Harrison Ford, but I think he did an okay job with the role. It's nothing against any of the actors.
Yeah, it's none of the acting or anything that's bad. It's just they threw way too much fan service in.
Yeah.
They put like 4 or 5 movies worth of fan service in. How long is it? 2.5 or 2 hour movie or something?
Something like that, around 2.5.
Yeah, so it's just way too much.
Right.
If it was like a series and they threw all that stuff in over like a season or 2,
Yeah.
or the entire series, that would be better. Not all of it.
Yeah.
Here's every single thing you have in the current Star Wars movies.
Right. It's hard to believe that everything just happened that quickly.
Yeah, and he kept all of it, and it was all good, and
Could it really be that fast?
Right.
all that. Like 20 years later, however long Star Wars was after this took place.
Probably about 10.
10 years later.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, it wouldn't all happen that fast.
No.
All in like, it seemed like a week, but I'm sure it was longer time.
It was longer than 2 minutes.
And they made it more into like a heist and theft type of story, and he's a
what?
every time anyone refers to him, they refer to him as a smuggler. So instead of showing like how he got into that and all that, it's just like, let's do a heist movie.
Yeah.
So there's like a train robbery, and then they go to Kessel to. That's another thing. Why do they have to show Kessel and everything? Just because like.
Also the Kessel Run. They
Yeah, when he
showed.
did the 12 parsecs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they kind
They
of.
had to retcon that.
Yeah. And they belittled that because like.
Yeah, they ruined it.
He gets to where they're going afterwards, and he's just telling some random guy, he's like, I did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. And then Chewie says something, he's like, no, not if you round down. So it seems like, I know he's just like being braggadocious at first, but still.
Didn't they say in the first movie it's just over 12 parsecs or something? I thought they did, or somewhere they said that. Maybe I'm remembering wrong.
Or remembering it wrong.
I don't know, it might have been, because he just said it did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. And they did always try to like explain that away, even in the books, to like find a quicker route so that ship can calculate a quicker route or a shorter route, and that's what makes it faster or something like that. To just show it all in this, and
Yeah, it was unneeded, I think. I feel the whole movie was unneeded.
yeah,
They could have come up with like a better story that didn't have non-stop fan service, and it would have been great. Like just a younger version of Han Solo doing stuff.
like I said, just like slowly over time how he got to who he is today, not just like in the span of a week or however long it was.
So, how long was it?
I think it's because I grew up reading the books and I'm so used to those, and I wish they'd followed that a little more closely.
I understand that people like fan service, but and I like a little bit of it. I like when it's subtle though, not like right in your face and hey, here's the blaster you have, here's why you dress the way you do, here's your best friend, or
here's why you don't trust anyone.
Here's the chip you have, here's why you don't trust people, here's your dice, here's the Kessel Run.
Yeah.
Here's your best friend Chewie.
Here's Lando. Here's the Sabacc game where you won the Falcon. And that was another thing, like in The Empire Strikes Back, he's like, he lost her to me fair and square, and then right when he wins, he's like, fair and square.
Fair and square, baby, fair and square.
Yeah.
Like, do you really have to throw it in their faces like that?
Yeah. It's just way too much. Like you said, it's in your face. I like it when it's subtle.
Yeah.
And like actual fans know it's there, but people watching it that aren't so familiar with it don't know.
But you don't know what you don't know.
That's the way I like it. Like,
yeah, if this is like their first one, and then it makes them want to watch the other ones. They can watch and maybe be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that makes more sense
yeah,
now."
that makes more sense now that I see episode 4.
Yeah,
Oh,
right,
All makes sense now.
so that's why that happened in Solo.
right. I mean, like I said, it's kind of okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say there's no good parts. I mean, Amelia Clark and Woody Harrelson are okay in it.
Yeah.
They couldn't even bring this movie back from
No.
the terribleness it has.
I know it's considered canon, but personally, I don't think of it that way. I think of it more like a propaganda movie in the Star Wars universe. Like after Han became famous, they just like pump this out kind of
Yeah.
thing. That's how I always look at it, instead of like it's his actual story of how he got where he is today.
That's crazy talk.
That's how I kind of feel about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, it's not actually in the Indiana Jones universe.
Yeah.
Just like Sylvester Stallone with Rocky V.
Yeah.
He kind of wants to forget that ever happened.
Hmm.
Which, that movie's not that bad.
I don't remember
It's
too
not
well,
the
but
best one. It's got Tommy Machine Gun.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
just that one scene that I
Yeah.
like at the end. I remember that.
Sue me for what?
Yeah.
Sue me for what?
And then all that reminds me of when I think it was Jimmy Fallon was asking Harrison Ford about the Star Wars holiday special, and he's like trying to deny that it exists, and he's like, "What if I tell you that we have a copy of the tape?" And he's like, "Attacks him."
Yeah, I like some of Harrison Ford's interviews.
Yeah, because I think he's just like, well, a lot of times he's like very like, I don't know, reserved and nervous and all that, but he does like play around and joke around sometimes.
Like when they gave him the Millennium Falcon out of Lego.
Yeah,
He's like, this took me like 18 hours to build. And he was like,
instantly and
Yeah.
obviously how he dropped it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Or someone's like, you have a reputation for being grumpy. He's like, that's horse crap.
Yeah.
That is totally false.
Yeah, he is a funny guy, but
Yeah. He's getting more gruff when he gets older. But I wouldn't want to be in front of the cameras and all like actors. I'd probably be the same way.
Grumpy.
but
I would
anyway,
never once be in front of a camera.
no, right. But anyway, I think this is better if you view it not as like the actual story of how Han Solo came to be, just like
Imagine that. Imagine.
Yeah, it's not like Han Solo, it's somebody else in the Star Wars universe that we don't know.
yeah, or like I said, just like some kind of in-universe made propaganda movie
Yeah.
that because like they don't like maybe they went to Han to get the details and he didn't want to give it to him, so they just like made it.
up.
Yeah, like they knew he was in the Imperial Academy or the Imperial Army, so they just like how they thought it might have happened and all that kind of stuff, and they know he has the ship and they know what gun he uses, so they're just like, oh, maybe it happened like this.
The worst part of this entire movie, though, is at the end when Darth Maul is in the hologram
Yeah,
and he lights up his lightsaber.
yeah, for no reason.
Just because it's a Star Wars movie doesn't mean you have to light a lightsaber up.
Right.
It doesn't have to be in there at all.
No.
Like, that whole scene was just for no reason
Yeah,
other than to put a lightsaber in a Star Wars movie.
yeah,
We'll be working much more closely.
yeah. Hopefully they don't do that in Star Wars Outlaws, because
Yeah.
there's really no need. I know there's some bits of fan service stuff in there, like Jabba is in the trailer and you can see Han in carbonite. I said carbonite weird, but that's just how it came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I think they're gonna do it kind of subtly. They're not gonna be like, "Hey, here's this. Remember this from Star Wars?"
Yeah, it's just going to be in the background for people who know they'll see it.
Yeah. And hopefully they won't put a lightsaber user in there.
They shouldn't.
And I've said before.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I've said before. I don't know if I said it on camera yet or not, but if they had to put a lightsaber in here, it could have been done so much better. Could have been done like in the Raiders of the Lost Ark with the swordman, the sword guy who
Yeah.
like spins it around. Like maybe someone just got their hands on a lightsaber, so he comes up and spins it around, and Han just casually shoots him.
Yeah,
that would have
they
been.
should have done that.
Yeah,
See, that would have been a callback to Indiana Jones.
yeah, and they have. I think they had the idol he took from the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was in the background somewhere there.
Oh, it's hidden.
They should have definitely done that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if they contacted me for any ideas for that, I would have. If you have to put a lightsaber in, do this, and it would have been a good callback to Han shooting first or Han shooting only.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down that road here too, because
Yeah.
everyone's got their own opinions. Well, everyone's opinion is that Han shot first, I think, but
Well, Han shot only in the
yeah,
original.
yeah,
There was no even question.
right.
I mean, to be fair, Greedo did have a gun on him, though, so...
Yeah, exactly. But then George Lucas thought it made him seem too cold-blooded or something. But
Well, he was wrong, wasn't he?
Oh, that's just who he was. Like survival was
It was kill or be killed.
exactly.
Really?
Like, it just kind of showed the lawlessness of Tatooine and the universe as a whole
Yeah.
during the time of the Empire. So
I know this has nothing to do with this, but I hope the Zelda movie that's coming out doesn't have like non-stop fan service.
yeah,
Like the Mario movie did it okay. There's a lot of fan service in there and a lot of different video games, but I hope it's not like over the top in your face,
yeah.
slap you over the head with it.
Mm.
I just wanted to say that. That's all I have to say now, though.
Yeah,
I think I'm all set.
yeah.
Alright, so let us know what you think of Solo. Let us know what you think about all the Star Wars shows. Like, comment, and subscribe. There'll be an orb over here. Watch one of these 2 videos, and we'll see you in the future.
To talk more about the past.